Do you think the others are making good progress? Hope it's all going... Oh, hey look! They made it back! Flint's! Llama!
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yehoda had to stay at the curatorium to wrap things up, so they won't be joining us for now.
I ran into Miss Anefa and Miss Aino on the way back. Their work is still in progress, so I suspect they won't be back for a while.
You seem rather cheerful today, Mr. Flint.
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out to do and came away with more than I bargained. Fighting alone can get quite tedious, but I had the good fortune to run into a pair of brave young warriors.
We meet again. How have you been?
Albedo! What are you doing here?
Thankfully, tracking you down turned out to be a lot simpler than we envisioned.
These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the wild hunt. When they told me they were Servarka's colleagues, it all made sense. And given how people of outstanding talent tend to cross paths, it's...
So? Who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
A gentleman of few words, I see. And a rather stern countenance. I presumed you were acquainted with him. Is that not the case?
It's nice to meet you. Again. We've technically met before.
Wait a sec! You're Minnie Durin!
That's right. It's me. I'm glad to see you again.
By the way, he says it's okay if you drop them.
Yeah, I'm not as mini as I used to be.
Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into human society appears to be reflecting on whether one's name really reflects who they are.
Wow! You look so different! In a good way, of course. It's great to see you looking so healthy.
Thank you, Paimon. And although you're as mini as ever, I understand that diminutives don't always convey endearment. I'll be sure to simply call you Paimon.
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now. Paimon could get used to this. From now on, you may refer to her as your esteemed guide, Paimon.
Personally, I think our little Paimon is the perfect size. When people call her Little Paimon, it's just because she's so adorable that they can't help themselves.
You're absolutely right, Miss Lauma. My brother still has a long road ahead of him when it comes to understanding human
Anyway, speaking of long journeys, didn't Columbina, leave with you?
She's been catching up with old friends. Wouldn't be surprised if she's... Uh-oh. People are talking about me. Hope it's not...
Judging from your expressions, I'm guessing it all...
It's getting crowded here. I'll go grab some chairs.
No need. This is a job for an alchemist.
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, but I was merely escorting my friends back. I'll be meeting Sandrone shortly, as we still have some things to discuss.
We really appreciate your help.
Oh, come on. Spare the formalities. I'm just glad I could help out some...
I understand. Well, bye for now, Harlequino.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left. Otherwise, we might not...
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am.
I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. With Miss Columbina's colleague gone, we should be back to the original crew plus the other... Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed...
Frankly, you and Paimon are the only people I know here.
This here is Dina. Dainsleif, colleague of Teyvat's greatest guide, Paimon, and greatest adventurer, the Traveler. Well,
When someone else jumps in to do the announcing, you know you're speaking to someone important.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self. Once Paimon knows your name, the rest of the world will soon follow.
when he comes looking for us, it's usually something important.
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the wild...
As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Mr. Dainsleif, there's a seat with your name on it. Though, I can't promise the same for everyone else. Hey, Albedo, think you can rustle up a couple more chairs?
After all this time apart, Grandmaster Varka's first order is to rustle up a couple more chairs.
Is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I've still got a lot to learn about the nuances of human conversation.
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you now. Don't sweat it. There are people who go their whole...
I wonder what's taking Nefer so long.
Perhaps you should go and check in with her.
I just got back from the curatorium. Besides, art...
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets. And since gathering intel is her special under such circumstances, would it not be...
Oh, but it's fine for me to...
What can I say? You have an unrivaled ability to garner people's affection, Miss Moonchanter. Besides, you have far more in common with her than I do.
All right, then.
Impressive. She barely fought back at all. I admire your powers of persuasion, my
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize soon enough, the trick in life is to always pitch in with other people's responsibilities so that you can be selective with your own.
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like a true sage.
Anyway, looks like we've got some time to kill before the meeting. Let's take a little breather, folks. And feel free to chat amongst yourselves. We'll get down.
You're both awfully quiet. Oh. Have either of you ever had your portrait painted? If not,
That sounds like a lovely idea.
I dabble occasionally.
He's an excellent painter. Tables, chairs...
I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance.
I'll bear that in mind. Anyway, how...
Oh, I'd be fine with it. Whatever style feels best to you.
Very well. Then
You can replicate any style I want.
I can try. If you show me a sample, I'll do my...
Thank you. In that case, I'll take...
Is there something you'd like to...
Yeah! For starters, what?
If you think back to our previous interaction...
You do have a point there. Oh yeah! You'll need to find somewhere to stay the night too, right? Want to tag along with that?
Sure. Let's...
Great! Paimon will hit... and in return, we can get Dainsleif to be our...
If that's what you had in mind, you should have said so sooner.
Oh, okay then. Paimon was out... Anyway, since we're all here together, we might as well watch it...
Indeed.
Truth be told, I can't remember the last time I was in a meeting with so many people.
You're not alone there, my friend. The Lightkeepers also struck...
I don't doubt that. I've only ever met two Ratniki, one be...
Itlua is a good apple. I'll give him that. He's kind, honest, and regularly delivers supplies to...
So you're what? A fake Ratnik? Come on, why the...
Sorry. I'm not even gonna bother trying to... No,
Let's just keep this between ourselves. Probably best if...
that goes without saying. Gotta be careful what you share with you.
Anyone else in the know? Let me guess.
It's dangerous being too sharp for...
Then, in the name of the Animo Archon Barbados himself.
When we went for drinks, you said that you and Barbados were practically best buds.
Of course. Just as long as you don't...
Fair enough, then.
Ah, Miss Nefer. You made it after all. But what about Yehoda?
I'm here to give you an update on how things are going on our end. Once this is over, I'll be heading straight back to continue my work.
So much for just this once.
Shh! Not so loud! We're on a roll here!
Did you?
Huh? I didn't say anything. Right, Flint's?
Must have been a frog. They get so noisy around here at nighttime.
Anyway, before we begin, there's a few introductions to make. Let me start by saying that it's an honor. First up, we have Miss Lauma. As Moon Chanter, she's the leader of the Frost Moon Scions, a local religious community in Nodcry. Then there's Miss Nefer, boss of the Curatorium of Secrets, and Nefer is leading the investigation into Rerer's background, assisted by Yehoda and Lauma. From the little I've heard, they're making some great progress. Over here, we have Mr. Flint's, a ratnik and guardian of the abandoned lighthouse. In our last operation, he courageously distracted the wild hunt to buy time for the rest of us. For those of you who've never met, this is Mr. Albedo, a renowned alchemist and captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team. By his side is a new face for us all, myself included, Mr. Durin, who has come to lend his aid. Next up, we have the Moon Maiden and former Fatui Harbinger, Miss Columbina. Then we have the Traveler, who's earned more titles than I could possibly hope to list out, so I'll spare you the rundown. And Paimon, the ultimate travel companion and quite possibly...
Wow! That's a lot of people! Great turn!
Miss Nefer, it looks like you might have another job coming your way, so, congratulations on the booming business, I guess.
You think I haven't got enough on my hands as it is? Who's looking for me now?
That would be me, Miss Nefer. I have a commission for you.
And you are?
Who I am doesn't matter right now. What does matter is that...
Well, it's not as if we never take on anonymous commissions. But in your case, I'll have to decline. I'm gonna
It's my eyes, isn't it?
Conrian, I assume. And what's with the mask? Are you trying to hide your identity? In any case, the fact that you're even...
My name is Dainsleif. And yes, I am from Conria. As I'm sure you're aware, the Raker of Solnari's real name is Rerir.
Really? Then you must have been quite an influential figure yourself.
You flatter me, but none of that matters anymore. My point was simply to clarify why I have asked Miss Nefer.
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends. What am I missing here?
I'll tell you everything I know. The history of Conria, the names and identities of the five sinners. I have never spoken openly of this before. But the truth was exactly as people say. The five sinners were each driven by their own desires. The visionary, Vedafenir, who wished to foretell the future. The wise, Haroptatir, who sought limitless knowledge. Gold, Rheindotter, who desired to create life. The foul, Surtologi, who pursued supreme strength. And last, but not least, Raker of Solnari. Of the five, Rerir is the only one who remains a mystery to me. He never harbored grand ambitions.
In other words, you're saying that his change came as a shock?
That's right.
You mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall. But what did that look like in practice? And what other context can you give me about the events of that time?
Strangely, now that it comes to it, the fateful night took place during the era of the Eclipse Dynasty. One day, my elder brother, the visionary, Vedafenir, was summoned to the palace by the Vinster King. When I came to hear of this, my fury knew no bounds. I gathered together every ally I thought I had. Centuries on, the memories of that night still haunt me, like a never-ending nightmare. But then, I was betrayed. Even Vedafenir, the very person I had come to rescue, abandoned me.
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr. Dainsleif, what price are you willing to pay?
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission. But know this. Uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery. But before you decide if you will accept my commission...
Sounds pretty good to me. Feels like we just flagged down a random passerby, only to discover he's actually a master strategist who has a score to settle with our enemy.
Can I borrow your halo? It could be useful in the...
Hey, enough with the wisecracks! Besides, isn't that...
Relax. It was meant to be a compliment. If that was a little over the top for your liking, I'll make sure to tone it down next time.
I'll give your proposal some serious thought, Mr. Dainsleif. Let's speak in private once the meeting is over.
Before that, there's a few things I'd like to share.
Now that we've united the hearts of the three moons, your power should be greatly enhanced.
I believe it will take a little longer. You've done so much for me, so I want to be completely honest with you all. From the moment I was born, my power has been slowly ebbing away. And that is because Tevat has never accepted me. So far, I have yet to find a solution. It may turn out to be a problem that will plague me until... Even so, I will do everything in my power to help you drive out the Ray here of Solnari. As Arlecchino put it,
Kutar.
defeating the Ray here of Solnari will be no easy task. While my strength slowly recovers, we'll also need to gather more intel.
Naturally. We should take all the help we can get if we hope to
We've considered several viable plans now, but our choice hinges on the answers to a few key questions. Is it even possible to kill Rerir? What experiences shaped the person or monster he became? And what's he really after? Given Albedo's expertise in alchemy, I think we should leave him to try and answer the first of these questions.
Understood.
As for the other two, I'm afraid we'll have to count on you again, Miss Nefer. Believe me when I say it's not my wish to burden.
So you're placing all your hopes on me.
We can't thank you enough for agreeing to help us. Honestly, I can hardly believe how lucky we are.
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonchanter. Timid like Yehoda one moment, then flinches insincere.
Ladies, please. I must object to your portrayal of me. That's all.
I almost don't want to leave this room.
I have faith in you, Miss Nefer. Something tells me you'll stand by us until the very end.
Oh? And what makes you so sure of that? What if I suddenly decide that my compensation is insufficient?
This isn't about the money. I can sense that you've got a deep-seated distaste for Rerir, and knowing you, that alone is motive enough.
Look at them getting along so well. Like two peas in a pod.
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery. There is no justice.
Miss Lauma, you have to understand something. Unlike you, I don't actually enjoy...
Is that right? Well, maybe the fact that I'm willing to put my hopes in other people says more about me than you. But the fact is...
Anyway, we've got our plan, so let's get moving. Mr. Dainsleif, let's talk. And Traveler, Once we're finished, if you've nothing else planned, I'd like you to come with me.
This whole experience is teaching me a lot. For instance, I now know that when other issues come up in the future, I'll have far more luck getting Lauma to convince Miss Nefer than trying to...
Hate to say it, friend, but that's one of the funniest things I've heard in a while.
Why? You think I've got it wrong?
Quite the opposite. But what makes it so hilarious is how long it's taken you to realize.
Thank you for waiting.
It's okay. We actually used the time to help Dainsleif get a room at the...
That's very considerate of you. Now, I trust you share my curiosity about Rarier's past, and you seem fairly familiar with Mr. Dainsleif. We spoke at some length after the meeting. He was the one who suggested I should invite you to join this operation. He feels
Dane has a lot of faith in us, that's for sure.
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I invited you.
That's because we know what you're capable of. We appreciate you too, Nefer. You might have been forced to help in the beginning, but this time...
That's one way to put it. Another is this, that once a decision's been made, it's set. Alright, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rarier's thoughts again using my confidential method. Now, I'm sure you've seen things like this. The reason I've gathered you all here is to ensure my safety during the proceedings. I plan for us to enter the fragment of his consciousness together. Think of this as a diving expedition into someone's brain. If I'm the diver, you are my safety equipment. Once the ceremony begins, we will all be spying on privileged information. But in the interests of safety, you must remain... Lastly, any individuals of a weaker constitution are advised not to partake in the ceremony. In it.
Well, good luck, everyone! Sounds like all Paimon can do is cross her fingers and root.
There's a little more to it than that. I was being serious when I said you have a job to do. While the rest of us are inside Rarier's mind, it's in the event that something goes wrong, you will be our first responder.
I second that. This is a dangerous operation here, and you...
So, Paimon's like...
Good. Please, take...
So, did Mr. Dainsleif tell you anything else?
He told me that he believes Rarier kept some big secrets in his life. He's not sure that they were the cause of his eventual downfall, but he's asked me to uncover what the...
But surely you're not planning to go through with it.
If you think that, you'd be overestimating me. I'm a bit... But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first-hand glimpse into
Well, as long as you don't let morbid curiosity get in the way of safety.
You're such a killjoy.
All right, I'm good to go.
All set over here, too.
Promise, Paimon, you'll be extra careful.
All right. Let your whole body relax. We're about to begin. Close your eyes. Phew, could this be his office? Pretty standard setup. Bookshelves, paperwork, files. According to Dainsliff, Rarier used to be an intelligence operative. Chances are there's plenty of tops. Is this where you keep your secrets, Rarier? Can't say I'm not looking forward to this. He looks even gloomier than last time. I wonder what's changed. He looks even gloomier than last.
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them just like usual. Male, 51. Occupation, cook. Neutralized, This one should be archived under... Female, 23. Occupation, office clerk. Confirmed, neutralized. Another one for purged targets. Sounds like she was that other man's daughter. Never mind. Male, 40. Occupation, teacher. Confirmed neutralized. Just another nobody for the archive. Come to think of it, I remember surveilling this man. A case like his never would have been considered a... Female, 16. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed crimson, neutralized. Filed. I have no recollection of this girl. Not... Female, 13. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed to make neutralized and... Filed. Male, 11. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has not been observed making any contact with other descendants during the... Neutralized and... Male. 6. Occupation, none.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No! No. My job is to ensure the survival of the Eclipse Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly legitimate line of work. Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts.
Can't hide the truth. No more lies.
Vedifalnir. It's been quite some time since we last met.
Rerir, I trust you're here because you have something important.
Forgive me. I wasn't tuning out, it's just, I noticed you didn't even phrase... Tell me, does someone in your position ever feel the need to ask questions?
It is indeed within my power to foresee certain...
I was just thinking. It won't be long before I'll be inviting both you and Dan.
That isn't a lie, but nor is it a fact as such. It's a wish, isn't...
No fooling a prophet, is there?
Ever since that day we met for drinks, I knew it was only a matter of time.
Does it feel good?
I'm afraid the notions of good and bad fail to capture the complexity of what such a power entails. Once you've seen what will come to pass, you fear my silence, and long to hear the words I left on...
That's right.
You must have noticed my reluctance to broach the subject, and the reason is simple. Because the truth could never have lived up to your hopes. The burden of prophecy was never meant for your shoulders.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies? None but our exalted king?
Or rather, our king as he once was.
You're closer to his majesty than I am. You must know better than anyone how much he's changed.
You say that as though it is to my benefit. Yet precisely because of that, I dare not speak rashly.
You are so wise and far-sighted, yet still...
You make a fair point. Especially given my silence. Very well then. Let me offer you some advice. And I say this not as a prophet or a visionary, but simply as the brother of your friend. For many reasons, there is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness.
Hold on. There's that same black fog again. Could this memory belong to Valindis? Guess I better tread carefully.
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face. His name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the King's Guard.
What?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner.
Why are you telling me?
Simple. It's because I want you to kill him. You are the only person he would never suspect.
No, absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a despicable thing.
So you'll just stand by and watch him slaughter us to the last? Do not forget that the blood of the Crimson Moon flows in...
The blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that matter now? You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away everything?
Why wouldn't it be? You too were once a child of the Crimson Moon, just like me. Don't tell me you've never felt...
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty.
Persuade the Vinster King? Do you even know why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over the Vinster King? A blind fool. His eyes clouded by powers from beyond this world. A petty little man with a miser's heart. And he dares to sit upon the throne? If you can't bring yourself to do it, so be it. Just you watch.
The Reir of Solnari. That really is quite a secret you've been keeping from me, Rerir. But who am I to talk? Am I really any better? I've kept my own path. Love should be built on honesty. But ours was born from lies. Is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? If we don't cover up the parts that no one else should... Vedifalnir must have known all this. And that's why he made his prophecy. In the end, but I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold. I'll do everything in my power to protect what I cannot afford, no matter who I have to face.
Huh? Was that Rerir who just walked past the window? Doesn't it give you the chills that he still takes the same road to work every day? As if nothing ever happened.
Those people at the deli.
Enough already. They're clearly pretty taken by their own disguises, so just smile and play along. Pull the rug from under beasts like that, and you risk having your throat torn out.
Deli? Oh. They're talking about those people from the opposition.
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to be! So many have died already, and they say that the king's madness grows with each— We're not going to survive this, are we? But why does it have to be this way? Felindis, are you even listening?
Sorry, Freether. My mind was off wandering. I heard you, though. You're talking about what Rerir said. He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt down rebels and dissidents.
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives. Maybe he was using you from the very beginning.
No. Rerir has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and besides, my eyes are perfectly ordinary. Truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much no one knows I have any connection to any of it.
But as Orlog said, who could possibly talk sense into that raving lunatic?
I'll work something out. Trust me, I'm with you all. But for now, you need to keep yourselves hidden. Don't let anyone find you, anyone at all. Don't forget that Rerir is an Eclipse operative. You need to be extra careful when— For now, don't come looking for me. And if anything happens to me—
If even you can't escape this, what hope do the rest of us have? But after all this time together—
I won't speak in his defense, nor can I give you a clear answer to that question. But I'll do everything— Here, hold on to this. If an opportunity to escape presents itself—
You call that change?
I've got a job, and there's still money coming in. But you can't go anywhere right now.
Another day, another round of assassination training. Training ground is just beyond this hidden passageway.
When you kill a person, doesn't it bother you when you end up covered in their blood?
Why would it? Aren't we all just walk? Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle. Then choose your angle well. Keep your movements light and brisk. And the prey won't sense a thing.
How about no one's ever tried to climb your hand?
I work clean. No traces.
No more lies.
That doesn't make it open enough for them. The king just happens to be right now. What if he doesn't?
That won't happen.
He's changed. And ever since he fell into the spell of that power, he only had to take out a handful of it.
The ones I've dealt with have always been guilty. And I've carried out my work flawlessly.
No more lies.
You know why the limit is
still remember Orlog?
Orlog.
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers.
Yes, we did. What about him?
He was arrested 2 days ago. I just don't get it! After everything he's done, why do you... Or does it mean nothing to you that people keep dying?
No, that's not... Just hear me out.
I need to go now, Thelindis. They're looking for us. If you ever need a place to hide, come find us.
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for all subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... No progress whatsoever. What? Things are getting worse by the day. I have to find a way or we'll all be in danger, but... If all this research comes to nothing, what then? But could he... No. Surely he wouldn't have the heart.
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want to live.
Yes. I just want to go on living. Is that really such an unforgivable crime?
You want to go on living. I want to keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on. If only some savior would suddenly swoop down and change the way the world is. Too bad that's not going to happen. Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this, would we? Today's files are in. Time to... No, I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too. Thelindis? No. No. Why? But how could you possibly have anything to do with them? It cannot be! A diluted bloodline. Carefully concealed. I see it now. You've been living in the shadows just like me. What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk of justice. Even imagining my friends would back me up. Irminsul. Finster King! How far are you going to take this? From the direct bloodline? Today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? No. This cannot go on.
You're real?
I am. As long as you can guarantee that no one will find you.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. No one will know I was here. But... if you let me go, you won't be able to complete your...
Good point. In that case...
No, please! I just want to see the outside...
Go on living?
Yes. I know know you're a man.
If I let you leave, what will become of me? But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught.
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedavulnir. What are you trying to do? Break me down?
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, Rerir, or you risk losing everything.
I will not abandon Thalindis.
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, Rerir. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear. But now I know exactly who. He won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps trying to manipulate me like a pup. Tell me then! What will this moment of opportunity... And... no answer. He's like a ghost.
So, the Eclipse Dynasty was purging... well, massacring the descendants of the Crimson Moon. And it seemed the king's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Conria hanging in the balance. And it looks like this Thalindis, Rerir's would-be fiancé, herself. It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. And why does Vedavulnir, Daneslif's older brother, keep talking in Rerir's head? The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memory, time for something a bit... We've been inside Rerir's mind this whole time. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Sure, it'll only be a reconstruction. Part simulation, part reasoning. Once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rerir had...
Rerir, are you there? Hey, Rerir! Come out, it's urgent!
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll explain everything once we've met up with the others.
Okay, I'll come. But the Lindis is still over at the...
All right then, but make it quick.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before. Whatever this is...
Well, this is a nice change, meeting you all at this hour. When men and women of ambition can speak face to face and...
Don't be ridiculous. We do not fear the day.
You might ask your blade that same question. I'm told the word on the street is that Sir Delogi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that...
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me.
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With bioalchemy.
Robdatir, what brings you here?
Why, Dainsleif, of course. Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhindaughter. Whatever the rumors may say...
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop fawning over you. So at least some of the rumors must be true. You're clearly doing well for yourself. You're president of the Universitas Magistrorum, the chief royal mage known as the Wise by royal appointment, and by far the most favored among the 4 pillars. Vice President Veit doesn't even try to hide his envy when he sees...
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. Were the king not such an extremist, I hardly think... Of course, no job is without its gripes. Serving a king like ours can be a challenging task, as I'm sure you can imagine. And as for Efterveit, in missing out on the presidency, he's dodged a mountain of stress. Like everything else in life.
You're all here. I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
You must be Rerir.
Mr. Sertologi. Yes, I handled your case file during your sentencing. Nothing personal, of course.
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But Dainsleif, you'd better have...
It's my brother, Vedalfenir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was so infuriated by his words that he had him...
Vedalfenir in prison? Strange. I thought the king trusted him. Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got even smaller?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants, which I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas.
And also because you're slimy. Vedalfenir, perhaps less so. But still.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having right now?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue Vedalfenir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace by force. Tonight.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're captain of the Royal Guard.
You've been planning this for a while, haven't you?
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may have of Vedalfenir, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, this is not the conduct of a wise ruler. My blade will force the king to see the error of his ways.
So, Vedalfenir's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't what he wanted to hear, but if he won't take counsel even from the visionary, the extent of His Majesty's madness is now all too clear. The question is, how does You have noble ambitions, Dane. But I'm afraid they don't do much for a guy like me. I'm not interested.
A letter of pardon? For whom? The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for anyone connected to the This black fog over the board must have some connection to Thelindis. Another mystery I'll need to unravel.
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 60 hours for experimental purposes. Research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding moon marrow. Firstly, its origins have something to do with a god's power. Secondly, it serves as a portal to an as-yet indeterminate location. Moon marrow can thus be defined as a spatial gateway. However, there are a number of hurdles to overcome before we can answer the question of where it leads to. To start with, opening the gateway requires a specific power source, which the relevant literature indicates an enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. Currently, the total power output of our instruments remains in the single digits. To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining in the Moon Marrow Lab. The Universitas Magistrorum recently decided to move most of its personnel into abyssal energy research, which has stymied all Crimson Moon-related projects. This is not a wise move. I have always maintained that placing all our hopes in a single source of power is risky, especially one as poorly understood as this. As well as making ourselves overly reliant on a single resource, we are neglecting other promising technologies. I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful. But as a Moon Marrow researcher, I desperately want to see the world beyond the gateway. If we really made it there one day, what would we find? And how would we go about taming the unknown? My imagination is endlessly fueled by questions such as these.